Hello everybody, and welcome to my G-Fest video. It's kind of customary for people to make, a sort of G-Fest in review video after they've gone, and so I thought I'd make one because this was my first ever G-Fest, and wow, what an experience it was. I mean, it was absolutely incredible. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of talk about my experience at G-Fest, show you guys the stuff that I bought, the way too many things that I bought, and yeah, just sort of an all-in-one video for G-Fest. So let's talk about the trip itself. My journey began on Friday morning, waking up bright and early to head over to the airport, and I got in about 12-ish on Friday, the first official day of G-Fest, and we got to the place, again, around 12, and I walked in, and there's posters and everything, and wow. I mean, it was a little bit overwhelming just to see, like, Godzilla stuff just out there in the open in this hotel, and yeah, so that was kind of my first little taste of G-Fest. So the first thing that I did, of course, was the vendor's room. Since we got in a little bit late, we were able to kind of go when the lines weren't as long, and yeah, that was the first thing that I did, was go to the vendor's hall and check out so many toys, so many everything, so many just, oh my god. It was very overwhelming at first. It was incredible, just walking through there, not even buying anything really on the first time, just kind of, getting, absorbing everything that I was seeing, because, like I said, there was so much, so much. It was kind of amazing. And so the other big thing that happened on Friday, if you don't know, G-Fest has a little thing with the Pickwick Theater, which is nearby where it takes place, where they screen a selection of Godzilla movies throughout, from Thursday to Saturday, I think was the last one. So I couldn't make any of the ones on Thursday, which I was a little bummed about because I wanted to see Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla on the big screen. But the one that I did get to go see was on Friday, which is when they screened Final Wars. And wow. I mean, if there ever is a Godzilla movie to see in theaters in front of a rowdy crowd of G fans, it's Final Wars. It was awesome. It was awesome. Had a great time, and yeah, I mean, I'll throw a little clip of when Godzilla first appears here. The crowd was amazing. And that was pretty much the first day of G-Fest. I did a few other things, went to the dealer's room, got some stuff. I'm going to save that till later so I can kind of show everything at once. But now we move on to Saturday. And Saturday started pretty early in the morning because they were showing Ultraman: The Adventure Begins, which is the animated, Ultraman USA movie, with a new dub. I think this is the first time that this dub was ever shown off publicly. From the folks over at Ultraman Connection, they were hosting it, and it was really fun. I liked the movie. The dub was pretty good. I mean, it was a little cheesy, which I think is kind of what you need for, that old style of animation. It was great. I enjoyed the movie a lot. That was a fun time. So the other big thing that happened on Saturday was that Jake Nunzio from over at Daikaiju Legends was premiering Season 2, Episode 9 of Zone Fighter, the long-awaited episode. And, I mean, wow. It was incredible. I mean, absolutely unreal, the stuff that this guy does. Absolutely worth the wait. I know the wait was long, but it was worth it. It was great getting to meet him after the show, or after the screening. But yeah, he's done that screening. There's a Patreon screening not too long ago. It's coming to YouTube soon. Go check it out. Show it all the love and attention that it deserves. It's incredible. What a great time it was watching that live. So after that screening, there was a little bit of downtime. So I took this opportunity to go and meet with the director of some of my favorite New Gen Ultraman series, Kiyotaka Taguchi, who was there as a guest, and he was in the autograph room, and I got to get my Ultraman Orb Origin Figuarts box signed by him. I'll show that later with the rest of the stuff. And yeah, we got to take pictures. I got to tell him how much his work meant to me, how awesome it was. Ultraman Orb is one of my favorite Ultraman series. Yeah, that was awesome. Really cool experience. And yeah, it's really cool. He's a big fan of Godzilla, like a massive fan. I think he said that his dream was to direct a Godzilla movie one day, which, yes, please. But yeah, it was really cool seeing him there, and I think he wants to come back. So hopefully if I go next year, I can see him again, because wow, what a director. And the last thing that happened on Saturday is they had the G-Fest Costume Parade, which is a big sort of, I guess it's a tradition, right? It happens every G-Fest pretty much, where people come and they do the walkway of their custom-made suits from any number of tokusatsu properties. There were so many cool ones. I'm going to kind of put stuff up as I'm talking. The coolest one by far was this Showa Mechagodzilla one that had rotating hands and light up eyes. It was so cool. Shout out to that guy. You made an incredible suit. But yeah, it was really fun getting to see everyone's stuff. There were some real surprises of like kaiju that people made. There was like a Pagos and a Gudon one. Those are really cool. Just a lot of really creative stuff, and it was a blast getting to see it all. Now we move on to Sunday, the last day of G-Fest, and the day that really meant the most to me personally. And the reason for that is that on Sunday was the fan film screenings for all the fan film submissions to the video contest. And I got to see the recently released on YouTube Gamera vs. Gigan live, my own video project in front of a lot of people. It was really, really an awesome experience. But not only for me, getting to see everyone else's submissions, getting to see some of my friends' submissions, it was so cool, such a great atmosphere, and there were so many good submissions. It was awesome. If you submitted one, great job. This was an awesome experience, probably my favorite thing of the entire weekend. And the big reason this meant so much to me was that I was fortunate enough to be one of the 5 winners of the G-Fest film contest. And I mean, wow. They gave out these awards, which has G-Fantas engraved on it. Let me see if I can get a little bit of a close-up on that. But I mean, wow, what an experience. This was my first ever, like, film award, just kind of ever. And this is something that I will never forget. This is incredible. So thank you to the G-Fest people who decided to choose my film. And yeah, I'm just eternally grateful. This was so cool. And so after all the film festival stuff, I got to actually catch Taguchi's short film, Daikaiju Bugon, which I missed the previous day on Saturday. They were showing it again on Sunday, and it was a lot of fun. One of the main actors was the actor that played Juggless Juggler in Ultraman Orb, Aoyagi, who is amazing, by the way, just incredible actor. And it was just a lot of fun. And afterwards, they did a Q&A with Taguchi, and it was just really neat kind of seeing him delve into the process of the movie and kind of everything that went into making it. It was a very kind of region-specific thing. It was really cool. And yeah, I don't know if it's ever going to get a proper stateside release, but if it does, make sure to check it out, because it was a lot of fun. And after that, we did one more dealer's room run, and then it was time to say goodbye to my first ever G-Fest. And once again, incredible experience. Easily one of, like, the best weekends I've ever had in my life. It was so much fun. I really want to go next year. I hope I get to go next year. We'll see what happens. But yeah, after that we flew home, and that was a wrap on my first ever G-Fest. Okay, so now we get to kind of go into the part that a lot of people are probably here for. The haul, the G-Fest complete haul where I show off all the terrible financial decisions that I made over the weekend. So, let's start off with just the kind of standard Bandai figures that I got. So first up, we have the Bandai Zonal, the Ultra Monster Series Zonal figure. This guy is from Ultraman Gaia, and I recently got the Ultraman Gaia Figuarts, which is an incredible figure, by the way. So I wanted to pick up just a few kaiju from the series that I really liked, because I finished watching that series pretty recently, just to go along with them, because I didn't have any Gaia kaiju before this. So yeah, this is a really fun figure. Zonal is one of my favorite kaiju from Gaia, so I wanted to pick him up. Next up, we have the Bandai Meekless figure. I believe this is the one from Ultraman Mebius, the Mebius series vinyls. This is one that I've been looking for quite some time now, actually. I have the Windom from this same kind of era. Still looking for the Agira to complete the Capsule Monster set. But this is a figure that I've looking for a while, got a good deal on it, so I was really happy to pick up this one. So also from Ultraman Gaia, we have the Mizueno Dragon. This was a really great episode, and I just really like this guy's design. I think it's super unique. And yeah, it has the sort of the dragon heads on the back, which is a really cool thing of that design that I like a lot. And yeah, I think this figure looks great. You know, got it for standard Bandai price. And yeah, just again, adding to that Gaia collection. Might pick up a few more vinyls from Gaia later on, but you know, I'm happy with the two that I got. So next up we have the Ultraman Justice Crusher Mode figure. And I really like Ultraman Justice, just their design is really nice, especially this specific form. But the other reason that I got this figure is because one of my first ever Ultraman figures was this Bandai Ultraman Cosmos Eclipse Mode. And so I finally wanted to get the other Ultra from the series, just so they looked better together on the shelves. And yeah, I really like this figure. I like how it's posed. I like how the arms are at a little bit more of a posed kind of angle. And yeah, just a really solid figure. Next up, we have the Bandai Chemular figure. Now this figure is a little, you know, it doesn't look the greatest, but the main reason that I got it is that I've been on a mission for quite some time now to get a figure of each kaiju from the original Ultraman series, and this is really the only well-priced Chemular figure. You know, you have the X Plus and some other stuff, but this is really your best bet if you just want a cheap Chemular figure. Faces leave some to be desired for, but you know, still, I'm happy to get this figure and add to that collection. And speaking of Ultraman kaiju from the original series, we have the Bandai Hydra figure. Now this is one that I have been, besides from just my collection goal, one that I've been looking for quite some time. I just really like how this figure looks for whatever reason. I just think it looks great. And yeah, I'm glad I got this colored version, because there is another version of this which has a different color scheme, but I much prefer this one. And yeah, really happy to pick this guy up for a good price. And for the last Bandai figure that I picked up at G-Fest, we have the DX Zapandon from Ultraman Orb. I love the DX line. It's really nice to have modern Ultra Kaiju in that older kind of scale, and even bigger in a lot of cases. And Zapandon is one of my favorite new gen kaiju. It's an awesome fusion of Zeton and Pandon. It's just really cool. I got a great price on this one too, so super happy to add this one to my collection. So switching things up now, away from Bandai figures and to YMSF figures. This is the YMSF Gabara figure. For those of you who don't know, YMSF makes these custom, not custom, but like these are all, he makes them himself is what I'm trying to say. And I've been looking at a lot of them for quite some time now. I think a lot of them look great. This is one that I really, really wanted to get, because I like Gabara a lot. His movie holds a special place in my heart. I love it to death. And yeah, you know, Bandai hasn't touched Gabara. They might at some point, but you know, I'm really happy with this figure. I think it looks great, and it's a Gabara figure, so yeah, really, really cool pickup here. And the other YMSF figure that I got while I was at G-Fest is the Zone Fighter, one of their newest figures in the line, and wow. I mean, it is really cool to have a Zone Fighter figure. Not a lot of these that exist, right? There really isn't a whole lot of Zone Fighter merch out there, but really, really cool to get my hands on one. I think it looks great. They had two different versions, one with and without the gauntlets here. I went with the gauntlets version because I just think it looks cooler. And bundled with every Zone Fighter figure was the little Zone Human, little unpainted thing. They look really nice together. So yeah, just really happy to finally have a Zone Fighter figure. And I think, you know, just all around, really, really great figure. Moving on now, we have my first and only Figuarts figure that I picked up. And this one is the new version, the Shoot the Invader version of the Baltan SH Figuarts figure. I had wanted to get my hands on a Baltan Figuarts for quite some time now, because, you know, Baltan original XXIX kaiju, or, you know, alien, wanted to get my hands on one. And yeah, this is a beautiful figure. I really like this version. Has these really nicely painted eyes that just, they catch light super well. And yeah, I really love the new paint scheme on this figure. You know, the claws can open and everything. And yeah, maybe he'll appear in a video one day. That'd be pretty cool. So even though that was the only Figuarts that I got, I did bring, like I said earlier, my Ultraman Orb Origin Figuarts box, and that was to get signed by Taguchi himself. So I was able to get a signature with him on that. Really, really cool. I mean, this is so awesome. It was great getting to meet him, and this is kind of my memento for that occasion. So now I'm going to get into some of the not figure stuff that I got. I do have a few more figures, but I'll share those in a bit. So first off, we have this Zone Fighter poster that were posted around the convention to kind of advertise the premiere of Episode 9. And I got it signed by Jake D'Annunzio from Daikaiju Legends. Really great meeting him. He was handing these out after the premiere. And yeah, this is going to probably go somewhere with my Zone Fighter figures, because this is really cool. So I did mention that there was a booth run by Jeff Gomez and a few of the Ultraman Connection people, and they were handing out these free posters for their upcoming Ultra Academy thing, which, you know, really cool poster. I like the design on it. Really nice, you know, just a free little thing that I really like. And not only was there a poster, but there were these little pins as well. You know, just nice little things there. So that's an Ultra Academy one. You got the silhouettes, and then one with the Science Patrol logo on it. These are kind of, you know, just small things, but really neat nonetheless. Okay, so now we're going to get into the big purchases, both in size and some in price. This one just in size only. This is the Arc Belial Bandai figure. Again, one that I've been searching for quite some time now. I really love this design. I love the movie that it's from. And yeah, it's a big figure. Let me get the Justice figure in comparison. I mean, it is huge. I love the crystals on the back. They catch the light really well. They're kind of, you know, translucent. So some really cool stuff you can get there. And yeah, just super nice figure. Nicely detailed and everything. Let me get a little zoom in there. You kind of just see, really just love how the red and the green paint, super nice figure. So now I'm going to show off probably my two favorite purchases. They were the most expensive purchases as well. First up, we have this Giga Brain Godzilla 1962 figure, and I mean, wow. I don't collect designer vinyls too often, but I saw this. They were going for a pretty good price for what these are normally worth, and I just thought I had to get one. I love the 1962 design, and you know, I thought that a kind of designer vinyl would be a great kind of almost like a memento piece for the G-Fest experience, something that I can look at and be like, wow, I got that at G-Fest, my first ever G-Fest. So yeah, just a super, super nice figure. It's got kind of this translucent glitter mold and coloring to it that catches the light really well. And yeah, just super, super nice figure. So happy to pick this one up. And finally, my last purchase at G-Fest. Sunday, last run of the dealer's room, I picked up the X Plus Mechagodzilla 1974. This figure rules. I mean, it's an X Plus. X Plus stuff pretty much always looks great, but wow. I mean, Showa Mechagodzilla is probably my favorite Godzilla villain of all time from my favorite Godzilla movie of all time. I knew going into G-Fest I wanted to pick up an X Plus, and I saw this guy for a pretty decent price, and I knew I had to get it. So final day of G-Fest, I scrounged together the last of my funds, and I picked this guy up. And I mean, wow. It's just such an amazing looking figure. And I was surprised at how much movability it had. Pretty much anywhere you could think, you can move the joints. So you have this forearm, you have the arm here, and you have the hands as well, which can rotate individually, just like in the movie. You have the torso swivel. The neck itself can move individually from the head, which can go all the way around. And the mouth, of course, can open and close. And the legs as well can move out. Even the lower leg can move independently, as well as the foot. So, I mean, just a really, really nice looking figure. A figure that has a lot more posability than I thought. It also, this little chest hatch here, you can see, which is, you know, the chest beam that he has. The little panel thing, unfortunately, broke off a little bit because the pegs are super small. Not a really big thing, I'll just glue that on later, but it can open and close. Another cool thing about this figure, I'll throw up a picture of it. The little plastic shell that comes in all X Pluses is actually the rock kind of background from the lair that Mechagodzilla first appears in, you know, before he takes off for the first time. Super, super neat touch. But yeah, just makes this figure even more amazing than it already is. This has got to be one of my favorite things in my collection now. But just, gorgeous, gorgeous figure. I'd love to be able to use him in something one day because, wow, just so, so nice. So there we go, my complete G-Fest haul. We got a ton of just really nice stuff, some figures that I've wanted to get for a while, as well as some stuff that I didn't think I would find at G-Fest. But yeah, just as a kind of like wrap up, it was such a cool experience. That was sort of my G-Fest video. One last thing before this video ends, thank you guys so much for the support on Gamera vs. Gigan. The YouTube premiere was great, and it's gotten a lot of traction, which is so cool to see. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers, which is absolutely insane to me. Hey, so editing this video right now, about halfway through editing this on the timeline, and a little bit of an update. And yeah, this was my G-Fest video, and you know, I thought I would leave you guys with just a little tease of maybe something that's going to come in the near future. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.